Alright, so the password is IDEX123 to get onto here. But once you are on here, this is where you're going to be capturing now. This is just a shortcut to your VetConnect Plus, your cloud storage. And then this is just a shortcut to your VetConnect Plus. So first we're going to go in here because this is where you're going to be capturing. And this is what it looks like. If you make an image request, it'll be over here in pending, which is right down here. I see you guys already sent a couple. And then this is your census, so anyone that's actually logged in or checked in Cornerstone right here. And then if you want to actually create a new patient, you can. If you have like an emergency situation up front and you don't want to wait for the front staff to check them in or enter them into your software, you can go and hit Stat, which will take you to the next window, which I'll show you in just a second. But this is just a shortcut just to hurry up and take it. And then once you hit done afterwards, once you're done taking all your x-rays, there will be a question at the end of like a patient name, client last name, something just so you can actually identify the patient afterwards. And then you can actually reassign it afterwards, which I'll show you that button later. Right now we can actually take our x-ray. You just kind of click this. Or if you have all this lined up and you have this full, like say you have a bunch of x-rays that you requested through Cornerstone, but you didn't end up taking them, maybe they declined it or something like that, the clients declined it, you can actually X them out right here. Or you can actually clear list as well, if it's like super full and you just want to hurry up and delete everybody. Right now we will just go to take an x-ray. You do have search options up here, by the way. You have last 2 days, this week, last week date range. Or over here there is a search bar. You could just do client last name, patient name, IDs, anything like that. We will now just go into here and take an x-ray. It's the same button as in pending. If you look closely, you have abdomen, thorax, tulip, abdomen, thorax, throw-up, small animal, whole body, pen, hip, or everyone's favorite OFA. If you look extremely closely, you have empty ones right here that you can actually fill later. So when I was a tech, there was actually a doctor that anything that got a chest view, it automatically got 3 views. So if you want to save that as a met check or a 3-view chest, you can, and you just hit the blue star afterwards up here, and that will save it. It'll ask you what you want to name it. So again, you can say met check or 3-view chest, and it would autofill right here, and then you have those automatic filled for you. But otherwise, you have a bunch of options here, so you can do that, and then we'll go over here, and we'll choose that one. And then once you choose everything that you want to take an x-ray on, you just hit done. And that beep and that green light means that everything is communicating correctly and you're good to go to take an x-ray. If you come down here, it's going to automatically know if you're on a thorax, abdomen, pelvis, orthopedic, anything like that. And if you come down here, say you have a 13 centimeter chest, you go down here to the 10 to the 15, and those are your numbers that you will enter. Okay? You're going to be going off of your regular tech chart as of right now, and I can come back later and update that for you whenever you guys are ready. Once you take this x-ray, it will automatically drop down to the next one, next one, next one, next one, next one. After you take these x-rays though, and it drops down to the next one, the one up top that you just took will now be highlighted in yellow and give you 3 options. It'll say retake, replace, or delete. Retake means that you liked it, but maybe you want to go a little more cranial, a little more caudal, something like that. So you hit that, it's going to save that image, and then drop down a blank one with the same request, and give you an option to take that. Replace obviously means that maybe they moved, they kicked off the marker, something like that. You hit that, it's going to delete the image, but give you a blank one to retake it. And then obviously delete just means you're going to get rid of it because it's trying to eat you, you don't want to bother anymore. After this one, some of the orthopedics will give you an option to it's either greater than or less than a certain centimeter. If it is or isn't, just check it or not. It's just basically asking how much density you're trying to hit for the orthopedic. Once you take your last x-ray, it'll automatically drop down a miscellaneous option, and that miscellaneous is going to be set up as whatever you took last. So it's going to be thinking it's a VD shot. So if you go to do a lateral shot, the image is going to be vertical because it's thinking it's a VD shot, or vice versa, okay? Otherwise, you do have an option down here as a pause. So usually what I say is if you have a pre or post-op surgery, so if you have a pre-op and you want to do x-rays, you can, and then select all the options you want, and then pause it, and do the surgery and come back and unpause it, and you could actually do x-rays in between those on somebody else, and then you can unpause it and your selections will still be there. Or say you have like a barium series and you do your first 3 or 4 shots, whatever you guys do, you could pause it, have all the selections that you want for the day, pause it, take x-rays on somebody else, come back, unpause it, and then you can continue on with all the same requests. If afterwards, let's say this x-ray and the doctor comes in and said, never mind, we want a pelvis shot, maybe they have sore hips or something, so you go up here to add shots and then select what you want. We'll say a VD, done, and then there's your shot. Okay. Once you do all your x-rays and you're completely done, you just go down here to hit done, and that's what sends it up to your cloud storage, your web packs. Okay?
So do you not have to change that anymore?
You do.
You still have to. What's the point of changing it here then?
It's just another way of looking at the technique chart, I guess.
Do you not have to change it here?
No.
Okay.
You don't have to. It's just an option rather than if you want to look at the old school, that one, or if it's in here, either way.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that's it.
All right. The button's the same as far as the everything else?
Yeah, everything else is the same.